Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let us see lab with S3, nothing but proof of concept of S3 service. In this video, let us learn much more detail about S3 service based on requirement. In real time, what happens? We might develop some project code that we will store in S3 for backup. Now, let's say if your client asks you some more advanced feature need to be included in their app, then you obviously develop that in your app, right? In their app, then you again deploy it and you again need to save it, right? Yeah. So while saving, if you save the file with the same name as the previous file name, then obviously the previous file will be replaced by the current file. Now you have the requirement to store the past versions of your application as well. The current version of your application as well as the past version of your applications. Then for this case, in order to store multiple versions in S3, do I have any option, sir? Yes, you have an option that is S3 versioning. So if you have a requirement to store multiple versions of data, then you need to enable versioning option. That is the solution in S3. Now, how to protect your data? Whenever you store your data in S3, how to secure your data or protect your data? There might be requirements for your company, that is whoever watched the data currently in S3. I don't want to show my data to them directly. That is from cross platform or some SQL scripting. If anybody access my content or if something happened and my credentials are compromised, then how can I able to secure my data present in S3? How can I make my data useless to some other who accessed it? So to do that, to secure your data, to protect your data, you have an option in S3, that is encryption. That is encryption option in S3. We'll even do S3 versioning as well as encryption in this lab, and we're gonna do few more important tasks as well. Let's say I want to see what traffic coming into my S3 bucket and what traffic going out of my S3 bucket. So that access logs I want to monitor. Who is accessing my S3 data? That access logs I want to monitor. So that you can able to monitor by using S3 access logging. In real time, you might have requirement or we might have requirement to move our data between different storage classes. In S3, we have different storage classes. If we move in depth into the storage classes, then you might understood there are different storage classes. So if you want to move the data in between them, so manually, if you move the data between them, it might take you a lot of time. Or else if you want to make it automatic, then you might require to provide some automated code. So in order to make you less burden to create your automated code, so actually there is an option to move your data between different storage classes in S3. That option to move your data between different storage classes is lifecycle management. You can use this lifecycle management in order to move your data between different storage classes in your S3. In real time, you might have requirement to back up your data that is stored in S3. Based on the storage class that you select, your data will be stored based on that storage class that you selected. Now, in real time, you might have requirement to store your data in another S3 bucket or replicate your data or backup your data in another S3 bucket. Then, is there any option? Yes. So, there is an option that is S3 replication. So, by using this option, you can able to replicate your data as well. Now, in this lab, we're gonna implement all these tasks. In this lab, we're gonna implement all these tasks. to see in depth about S3. Now, for this lab, in order to store multiple versions of data in encrypted format, I want to create a S3 bucket at first. So for that, let's open S3 option, or you can search for S3 and you can open it right now. Now what I want to first create a bucket, right? So with the versioning enabled as well as the encryption. So that's why I'm clicking on create bucket. And here I'm providing a unique name, bucket type. I'm moving on with the general type, and bucket name, bucket one hyphen unique, like that I provided the name. Your bucket name must be unique. Then object ownership, if you want, you can able to enable ACLs. Currently for this lab, for this demo, this is not required. And I don't want any public access, so that's why I'm not creating it. And coming to versioning. So do we require versioning? Yeah, since I want to store multiple versions of my bucket, so that's why I'm enabling this bucket versioning. After creating your bucket also, you can able to enable your versioning. Then coming to, this is the encryption option. By default, you can see server side encryption with S3 is selected. Yeah, that's it. Coming to advanced settings, you have object lock as well. Now I'm just clicking on create bucket. In this configuration, we just provided S3 versioning as well as encryption. Now you can see our bucket unique bucket was created. Here you can able to upload your data, even duplicate data as well you can able to upload. That is same application code you can upload multiple number of times. That is multiple versions are created for the same application if you upload same bucket multiple number of times. You can see under properties, you can see bucket versioning is enabled right now, right? Yeah. And you can see encryption is also enabled. Now I want to upload the same object multiple times and I want to check whether that is available or not. That is multiple versions are available or not. So that's why I'm dragging and dropping, yeah, one file here, or else you simply upload it directly from here. That is, you just click on upload. There you get the option. There you can drag and drop your file and you can able to upload it. You can see I'm just dragging and dropping it here. Yeah, I'm just uploading it. Just click on upload so that your file will be uploaded. You can see, yeah, it is uploaded. I'm just moving back. So one file is uploaded. If you want to see the versions already available, just click on show versions. So this is the only bucket I upload. This is the only object that I uploaded. So that's why only one object is visible. Now I want to upload same object again, and I want to check whether that object is visible or not. So that's why I'm uploading the same object again without renaming the name. That is same name. By using the same name, I am uploading the file again. Now you can check whether your two versions of files are there or not. Currently, only one file is visible. If you click on show versions, there you can see the previous version of this file is this. And this is the current version of file. So like this, you have two files are available, right? Yeah. I'm just, yeah. Okay. So in this way, you can able to store multiple versions of files by enabling S3 versioning. Now let's say I want to replicate, or you can say I want to create a life cycle management for this. That is, let's say I don't want to store my data after certain number of days. That is after a year, that is after a 365 days, I want to move my data to Glacier Deep Archival storage class so that I will be charged very less. And even after 1 year, I even don't access my data very frequently. So that's why I want to configure that. So in order to configure that, you have an option that is under management, you have an option that is a life cycle rules. So you just create a life cycle rule that is this is for what, in order to move my data to Glacier deep archival storage class, right? Yeah. So you want to apply for which type of objects? I want to apply for all objects, so that's why I selected that, and I'm acknowledging this. And I want to move current version of objects as well between these storage classes. So okay, currently it is in standard storage. So currently it is in standard storage. After how many days you want to move? After 365 days, I want to move to which storage class, that you need to select here. I want to move to Glacier Deep Archive. So that's why I selected that. And you need to acknowledge this also. You can see that change is visible here. That is that action will be visible here. So at day 0, your object will be here. After day 365, your objects will be moved to Glacier Deep Archival of your current versions. Now I'm just clicking on create rule, so that this rule will be created, and after every 365 days, my data will be moved from the currently available storage class to the deep archival storage class, right? Yeah, you can see under your management of your bucket, this is the bucket, there the rule is created, right? Yeah. So in this way you can able to manage your life cycle as well. Now I want to monitor the traffic or access to my S3 bucket. Who is accessing my S3 bucket? So in order to do that, you have an option under properties. You can check S3 access logging. You can see access logging. So this option is there. Currently it is in disabled state. I'm just editing it to create logs in another S3 bucket. So who is accessing my logs? That logs, that related logs I want to get. So that's why I'm enabling this, so that your logs will be created into which bucket you want to create. Into this log bucket I want to create. So that's why I'm selecting this and I'm choosing this bucket. And here you need to provide under which folder you want to create. That means under by using what prefix you want to create your each file. Currently I want to create my file, each file, log file with bucket logs name. So that's why I provided this. And your log file key format will be like this, like a destination prefix that you provided, year, month, date, hour, minute, second, as well as a unique string. So like that your log file will be created. You can see this is the example of your log file look like. Now I'm just saving this change. So now we just enabled our server access logging. Where is that? Yeah, server access logging into this bucket. Now I'm just opening this bucket in another new tab. And so not only enabling your server access logging in your source bucket is sufficient. You need to allow that as well in this bucket, that is in this destination bucket where your logs will be stored. There also you need to accept the logs which are coming from your source bucket. So for that you need to move on with object ACLs. You can see under permissions you need to provide the permission. You can see here ACL option. So under the ACL you have S3 log delivery group. So there you can have to provide the permission to write the log delivery group, that is nothing but your source bucket. For that you need to provide the right permission. So that's why I selected this and saving the changes. So where you provided this right permission from, you provided this right permission in your destination. So you are allowing your S3 to log your delivery, to log all the data in this bucket, right? Yeah. Now let's upload some file in this bucket and let's check whether that data is visible in our log files or not. Now I'm just uploading the same file again, and I want to check whether this related, that is this uploading related log is created or not. You can see this file is uploaded. Now this is the log file. I'm just reloading. I think it might take a few seconds to minutes to create that log here. Yeah, just wait a second. I have some network issue. Now you can see I'm just reloading this page, this objects. So just wait for a moment so that this object related logging will be available here. I think there might be some server issue. This objects logging will be taking some time, I think. So let's move to the next step. That is, I want to create replication for this data. So to do that, you have an option under management. You can see replication rules are there. So you just create a rule in order to replicate your data. So let's provide some name for this rule group. Backup 1, like that I provided to identify this status. I'm not changing. I'm moving on with the default options, and the source bucket is the same, that is this. And I want to apply it for all objects. So that's why I selected this. You have even scope to limit the objects by applying filters by selecting this with a specific prefix objects only you can able to filter. Now I'm just selecting this upload all objects, and here you need to select the destination bucket from available, or you can specify from another AWS account as well. I'm just browsing it and selecting this backup bucket. And now I'm just choosing the IAM role in order to do this. In order to do this replication, I created this S3 replication role. Yeah, if you want to enable encryption with KMS key, then you selected this encryption, so that currently for this demo, this encryption is not required for me. And destination storage class, you can even change that from default to another. Currently I don't want. So if you want to provide any additional replication options, you can able to provide. I'm just saving these changes. Now it is asking you existing objects. What about replication of existing objects? Now I want to replicate, so that's why yes, replicate existing objects, also selected and submitted. Or else if you don't want, then you just cancel it. Now you can see a replication rule is created. Now I'm just uploading some object into this bucket by just clicking on upload here. Yeah, you can see I'm just uploading this object here, and I'm just clicking on upload. It might take a few seconds. You can see it was uploaded. Now I'm just closing it. I'm just opening this bucket in one more new tab. You can see that object is replicated to this backup bucket, right? Yeah. So in this way, you can able to replicate your data as well from one bucket to another bucket by creating a replication rules. And you can able to maintain your backups as well for your objects. So this is all about a proof of concept or lab on S3. We have implemented all these solutions. That is, we enabled S3 versioning to store multiple versions, and we encrypted our data with S3 default versioning, that is the server side encryption. And we even created S3 server access logging to monitor the traffic. And we created a lifecycle management to move our data from standard class to Glacier Deep Archival after 365 days, and we even implemented this replication to back up our data. So this is all about a proof of concept or lab on S3. We have implemented all these solutions. That is, we enabled S3 versioning to store multiple versions, and we encrypted our data with S3 default versioning, that is the server side encryption. And we even created S3 server access logging to monitor the traffic. And we created a lifecycle management to move our data from standard class to Glacier Deep Archival after 365 days, and we even implemented this replication So I hope you understood this hands-on lab and you got some knowledge regarding how to implement these in real time and when to use these in real time. I hope this video is useful. If you feel this video is useful, then please like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. Thanks for watching again. See you back in the next video with another interesting topic. Until then, bye bye, guys.